come bend the screen down.
What's that?
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, YouTube. 15 years. Happy birthday to me. Can you come bend the screen for me,
Oh,
please?
yeah.
Hi, everybody. Today is my official 15th birthday here on YouTube. It's Ms. T with Miss T's Cozy Corner. There. Yeah, bend it down just a little more. There. Oh, too far. There we go. Hi. Anybody there? I'm just hanging out. I know most of you are getting ready for the Super Bowl. But it's my birthday on YouTube. And what do I do on YouTube? Do you know? I read. I read great books. That's what I do. I read amazing books. And the reason I'm sitting here on the couch the way that I am is I fell and I did not break my arm. But I do have to keep it straight. I banged it up pretty bad. I know there's nobody out there. I just wanted to say happy birthday and thank you to all my new subscribers and my subscribers who have been here for all these 15 years. There are some of you who have been here since the very beginning. My very first video, I watched it the other day. I'm going to start putting these up during the month of February. They'll be little shorts. But my very first video, you do not see my face, and I am teaching little people the difference between greater than and less than. It is a math lesson. So, very interesting. And I go through the whole worksheet and we do the problems together. And that was my first YouTube video. It's on the channel. So if you go to my oldest video, happy birthday to me. Today is number 15 for me. 15 years on YouTube. Hi, where are you from? And they left. See you, bye. When you come in, please just say happy birthday and then you can go watch the Super Bowl. And I hope your favorite team wins. That means that whoever it is going to win. I'll pick the winner. It's I understand the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks. Is that correct? I think so. So my very first video, if you go to the very oldest video, it is me teaching greater than and less than. And the camera is very gray and grainy. But the sound is really good. That's a very I had a desktop computer with the big tower and a separate little camera that sat on top of the screen. And I think I had earphones at the time. I think I'm going to go back to headphones. I think the sound quality will be better. And also, I'm making the videos shorter now so that when you're reading your class assignment, you can do your homework in about 20 minutes, 20 or 30 minutes. I'm trying to keep them to 20-minute videos so you're not overwhelmed by your reading assignment. However, I'm also understanding that it means that you're finishing the book in the classroom faster than I'm reading it on the channel. So, catch 22 there. I need the class list. Happy birthday. Can you say happy birthday? Just say happy birthday in the chat box. And then you can go watch the Super Bowl. I think I don't know what time it starts. I think in an hour. I think it starts at 5. Anyway, um then my first actual book on the channel was The Witch of Blackbird Pond. And it was I was teaching foreign language people how to speak English correctly, and they needed listening practice. So I asked them to listen to the book. And in the meantime, a homeschool mom asked me if I would help with The Witch of Blackbird Pond for their student. Hello, can you say happy birthday? 15 years today on YouTube. 15 years. I've been reading books on YouTube for 15 years. And today is my official day. Thank you, Mr. Morris. Happy 15th. Um, let's see, what else? The second book that I read was The Bronze Bow, which was a classroom list request. So that I went from homeschool mom to an entire classroom. Teacher was asking for me to read The Bronze Bow. So I put it up on the channel. Then I was working with a family. The daughter needed help with a book that she was reading for the Abeka curriculum. And the book was called Buddy. And Herlong is the author, Herlong. And Buddy, I like to call it the story of a boy, a boy, a dog, and Hurricane Katrina. It was written about the devastation of Hurricane Katrina and this sweet little dog named Buddy. Oh, such a good book. If you've not listened to Buddy, it's worth it. It's really worth it. Um, from there, my goodness, I don't know where I went from there. I just started reading books that I really loved. So, as you can tell, I have a cough. Excuse my cough, please. Anyway, for after that, I think I read A Wrinkle in Time after The Hiding Place. Another family was reading The Hiding Place. I worked a lot with homeschoolers because their curriculum is different from the regular public school. And so they have a lot of specific requests. So I did The Hiding Place. I'm probably going to cry a little bit on this video because 15 years is a long time. And the books that are on my channel are very precious to me. Um, they have real meaning and significance in my life. The Hiding Place, first of all, the story of Corey Ten and her healing after the Second World War, being in Auschwitz in one of the concentration camps, and her journey to forgiveness is such a beautiful story on its own. I'm just now thinking of another book that I need to put on the channel. Um, that I love the story. Also, when they were making the movie The Hiding Place, Jeanette Cliff George came to my school in the Netherlands. Who she is the woman who played Corey. Um, and she gave a little talk. I don't remember. I was a teenager, so I don't remember all that she talked about. But I do remember that she came to our high school and talked to us because I lived in the Netherlands during the time when they were filming The Hiding Place. So that was really special. Um, when I read the book, I read it with the correct German and Dutch accents and pronunciation of the words. So when she goes to the very first holding prison, I think she's there for a year, um, maybe not that long, where the commandant gives her flowers. Um, the name of that place is called Scheveningen. And unless you lived in the Netherlands, unless you speak Dutch, you cannot pronounce that word. I still have a picture of the house that I lived in when I lived in the Netherlands. So, and I only lived a mile from the actual first prison. So, while I was reading, I was picturing this. Hello, can you say happy 15th birthday? Today is my 15th birthday on YouTube. So I would really appreciate it if you just say happy birthday. Um, I'm talking about some of the channel history and some of the books that are there. My very favorite book in all time is A Wrinkle in Time, and I could not say enough about that book. And I'm really excited to see what her granddaughter is going to do with A Wrinkle in Time and the things that are going on with Madeline Langell's name and her notoriety as an author. She was such a prolific author and so influential in my life. Um, so, A Wrinkle in Time is there. Um, gosh, there are so many on the playlist, and some are there because they're Newbery Award winning books, which means that every year the American Library Association gives an award to the best contribution to children's literature for that particular year. And Newbery Award winning books are some of the highest quality books you will ever read. They are classics like The Yearling and Sounder and Where the Red Fern Grows. Those kinds of books. They are classics and they will be in any classical curriculum. If your students are struggling, this is for teachers. If your students are struggling, this channel is for them. I read the stories so that they can keep up with what's going on in your classroom. Your slower readers, your readers who have problems with comprehension. Um, I know that the yearling is written in Cajun. There's an apostrophe almost every other letter. It's very difficult to read if you don't know the Cajun accent. If you wouldn't mind saying happy birthday, 15 years. Happy 15th birthday. It's my quinceanera. Anyway, so I read The Yearling with a Cajun accent. Um, I have just a gift from God for being able to understand most accents from around the world. And I have an acting background. So when I read, I try to become the character. And a lot of times I end up crying because I immerse myself in the story. And I try to pull the reader into what's going on in the story instead of just reading the words on the page. I love what I do. Sometimes it is difficult. My health recently has not been the best, and it frustrates me. But if you are a school teacher and see something that you would, or if you have a book that you're getting ready to read and you know is difficult, for example, Robinson Crusoe is a very difficult book. Please let me know so that I can put it up on the channel and perhaps help you and your classrooms in some way. Um, I have some fans, some a school in South Carolina, Veritas Classical Schools. Shout out, shout out, shout out to my Veritas class of schools. I love you guys. For the first time ever, this year, I had guest readers. And if you join the channel and you join at the second level, which I think is the Shays Lounge level. I don't remember. Anyway, it's the second level, so it would be $6 a month, I think. No, that's the highest one. $5 a month. If you join at the $5 a month or higher, you can become a reader on my channel. My buddies in South Carolina, James and Micah, shout out. And Jed, I miss you. Um, they came and read on my channel a chapter in Hatchet, which was so fun. And I hope we get to do it again. Hi, everybody. Can you say happy birthday? Just put it in the chat box for me. Let me know where you're from. Are you a student? Are you a teacher? Are you just an adult who likes wonderful books? Let me know. Anyway, I live in South Central Texas. I live in the Austin area, and so I'm kind of in the middle. And we've had a lot of allergies around here lately. And also the other day I fell and I bunged up my arm. So that's why I'm sitting so comfortably in my chair here. Um, what else? Oh, and a big joy on my channel is my husband joined me for one of my books. He has a background in radio news broadcast. And with his amazing voice, he was the voice of Gandalf and of Bilbo in The Hobbit, which I just put up recently. Ah, gosh. I saw someone today is just now beginning The Hiding Place. So, if there's anything that I can help you with The Hiding Place, please let me know. As I said earlier, I lived in the Netherlands for 3.5 years when I was a teenager. So between the time I was 13 and 17, I lived in the Netherlands. So I can help you with geography, history, um, all of that kind of stuff, pronunciation, anything that you need. Um, Students, you can also email me at miztutor at gmail.com. Ms. Tutor, teachers, you as well. Anyone can email me. Um, if you have questions over the book, or now I'm not going to answer all of your questions. I won't tell you the answers to your teacher's questions, but I will answer like logistic things. If you have a book that you want me to read, please let me know. Um, just comment. I would love for people to start commenting on my channel. Also, if you are not subscribed, please subscribe. Please like and subscribe on my videos. Liking is it changes the algorithm, all those good things I don't understand about YouTube. If you'll notice, recently commercials have been breaking in to my books, and that is because I have, after 15 years, have monetized the channel. So this is a new thing for me, and it may not be pleasant, but I think it's necessary. I am in dire need of a new computer. This one is literally dying, but that's okay. God will provide. If you know anything about me, the blessing at the end of my videos is very heartfelt. It's true, it's honest, it is truly from my heart. For each and every one of you, I pray for the people that come to my channel that they will be helped and blessed. So, yeah. What else? Gosh, I wish people would ask me a question so we can interact with one another. I know that the Super Bowl is coming, that kind of stuff, and people are waiting for their parties to start. Um, but yeah, 15 years, you guys. And there are some who've been here longer, but anyway, so anything anybody wants to talk about? Is there something you would rather me do that I'm not doing? Something that I used to do that I don't do anymore? I'm really not liking using the AI images. I don't enjoy them at all. I'd rather go find a YouTube just or a Google image and like the cover of a book or something like that. I prefer to do that. A lot of my material is not. I don't buy the books and then read them. A lot of my material is ebooks that are from an open library online. So, archive.org, I'll give a shout out to them. They have some amazing books on archive.org. where I've been able to share those along with the images on the channel. So I read from the actual site, or the Gutenberg Project. Project Gutenberg, I think is the website. Anyway, they have the older books hmm, like Robinson Crusoe or The Prince and the Pauper. Um, Buying all of these books would be over the top exorbitant in cost. So I have found them for free online, and some of them you can download and actually have a PDF copy. For example, The Hiding Place. No, Hind's Feet on High Places, which is one of my favorite Christian allegories. Um, I have PDF copy, and you can find it online. Just put PDF download Hind's Feet on High Places, and you can get it as well. Hi, can you say happy birthday? 15 years. Um, that's how I get my books. I also take mail. So if you're interested in sending me books, for example, a sweet woman whom I had never met, but she and her son are listeners or were listeners on my channel, would at times send me books to read. They sent me an amazing book. Thank you, Erica, for The Whirligig. Amazing book. Wonderful book. Highly recommend it. Short read for those of you who want something short to read. Um, Good lesson and very appropriate for eighth, ninth grade level classes. I don't know if you are if you're looking for like a winter read, like during Christmas, or a summer read. The Whirligig is amazing. Um, what else? I will say this. There have been a lot of ups and downs in the last 15 years. As you can see by my videos, my weight has changed from one season to the next. Um, and it's still changing. We're still in flux. I have gone from, um, gosh, I must have been 55 when I started on my channel, and I am 71 right now. So a lot of things have changed in that time. Technology has changed a lot. I have learned to keep up with the times, and yeah, had a lot of changes on the channel, and you get to see all of that happen. So that's part of the joy and the terror sometimes of being on YouTube, but I absolutely love it. I've had some interesting conversations, especially with Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. I've had some comments that have been made about vocabulary that was used in the book or the books. As a matter of fact, I have changed some of the vocabulary as I'm reading Robinson Crusoe because during the time that it was written back in the 1600s, that vocabulary was appropriate or acceptable, socially acceptable. Now, with the tensions that are going on today in our world, I have had to change some of the vocabulary that actually is written in the book for personal reasons. The author would probably be very upset or would change it themselves if they were living, although they're not living. Anyway, Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry, Let the Circle Be Unbroken. There are some ethnic slurs that are in the actual writing of the book. The author herself is African American persuasion. It is her prerogative as an author to write as she pleases. They're not my words. I'm just reading them. So as I read them, I am in the character. I am in the story. I'm in within the story itself. I'm in the time period, in the plot, in the setting. I'm in all of that. So I don't think of it as not being acceptable because at the time, those were the words that were used. You can't do that nowadays. And my comment back to those who fussed at me was please write the author and ask her why she wrote those words. I understand it. That's just the way the times were. And she's writing from a particular time period in our history here in the United States. And so she's being true to the setting, which I appreciate. Um, anyway, happy birthday, 15 years. Yes, it's been. I do want to say a big shout out and thank you to those of you who are reading Roll of Thunder and The Bronze Bow. And I also saw that there was a class that's reading Buddy, or someone is reading Buddy, which I think is awesome. And and oh, the Gary Paulson series. I promise I'm going to get the next ones up. I really do. I have a lot on my list to do, but I want to finish The Prince and the Pauper and Robinson Crusoe for sure. I will get to Romeo and Juliet this coming summer. Um, anyway, so Hatchet and Brian's Winter. Oh, so good, so good, so good. Such great books. And The Call of the Wild by Jack London. That book just blew me away. I couldn't, those poor dogs. I just felt so bad for those poor dogs. Um, yes, if there's anyone who wants to see some particular book on my channel, please let me know. I'm real particular about the quality of books that are on my channel right now. So, and there's only so many hours in a day. So, yeah. Like I said, I'm trying to shorten the videos so they're easier to digest for the students. And for those of you who are traveling, I'm hoping that you're listening in your cars or that kind of thing. I also have a sister channel, which is growing. It is my more spiritual channel. And I will put um, it in the chat box here. It's called Cactus Flower 54, and I have original music and a daily devotional on that channel. If you'd like to see a devotional on Cozy Corner, let me know. I'm open. Anything else? Anybody? Is there anything anybody wants to say? So let me put in here at Cactus. If you want to contact me, it's Ms. Tudor. I forgot the S. Ms. Tudor at gmail.com. I'm having to type left handed or one handed actually because I fell the other day and hurt my arm. And I'm not allowed to bend my elbow. So this has been really fun. Fun to learn how to do. Cactus Flower 54. That's the other channel. Any questions that you have for me? Please check out the join button here. It would be so very helpful for me. How about some of Mark Twain's other books? I have thought about Mark Twain since I started um, reading The Prince and the Pauper. Name one that you'd like to see on there. I also want to put it on To Kill a Mockingbird. I really want to put it on the channel. But where do you find the time? Huck Finn, Tom Sawyer or Huck Finn? I have a question. This is my husband talking to me. Will you help me with some of the voices? I'd love it if you'd be Atticus Finch in To Kill a Mockingbird. Will you help me? Sure. He's got such a good voice, you guys. Um, what else? Any other questions? I'm loving doing this. I love to go live. I really do. I would really appreciate it if you would comment when you watch one of my videos. Just a smiley face or a frowny face, um, just to let me know that you've been there. I can see how many people and numbers, but I kind of like to get to know your names, or at least your YouTube channel names. So, anyway, I'm kind of waiting. Happy birthday. Anybody else have any questions? Today is the official birthday of my first video on YouTube 15 years ago. So, my 15th, my quinceanera for YouTube. I never thought that I would ever be a YouTube creator or a digital creator, is what they call it now. I'm 70 years old. Who would have ever thought? I've lived a lot of life. I'm not so smart, but I have a lot of experiences. Can you say happy birthday? My other person who's on? That would be really nice. Just a comment Smiley face, wave. Yeah. I have a lot of shy subscribers. Thank you, subscribers, for being so faithful to watch. Even if it's just a few minutes, it makes a difference. If you can just watch 5 minutes, it makes a huge, huge difference. Um, the join button, there are 3 levels of membership. This is a new thing that YouTube put out starting about a year ago. Um, you can become a member, which means that you can financially support me if you are so inclined. The first level is $3 a month. Thank you to Johnny 212121. And then the second level is $5 a month, $4.99, I think, a month. And then the third level is $6.99 a month. And with each level, you get more benefits. So, for example, the first level, you get priority response to your comments. For the second level, you can become a guest reader. We'll pre record a chapter or a section of a book that we're reading, and I'll put it up on the channel with it. You being the star reader. And then on the third level, you can either do pre recorded guest reader or you can go live like my buddies did from South Carolina. Um, Huck Finn, I don't know, Tom Sawyer. Those are great guy books, and I don't have a whole lot of guy books on my channel. So, yeah. What else? I'm thinking. What do you want to see on the channel? I do have an action point for you. The action point is, and I asked this earlier in my um, advertising blurb about this coming up 15 years. If you would go through as a teacher or a student and find the books that are either incomplete, I really want to see what books are incomplete so that I can get them either deleted from the channel until I can complete them or get them ended, complete them now. If you would go and see which ones are incomplete, which I'm doing as well, or um, find, look at your class list for next year for the 2026-27 school year. If there is a book that is not listed on your that a book that you have on your list that is not on my channel, please let me know, and I will do my level best to get it on before you read it. I think I was able to finish A Christmas Carol before my buddies at Veritas got there, so they already had the whole book. They're also reading A Wrinkle in Time, I think at the end of this school year. So it is already on the channel. So this is a good thing. Students, please chat me up. Hype my videos, please. They're supposed to be, when you watch them, there is supposed to be a hype button. If you would hype my video, which means that you share it with your buddies, that would be awesome. The more traffic I get, the more subscribers I get, the better off this channel is going to be. So, yeah. If you're new and just joining me, it is my 15th birthday here on YouTube today. And I'm spending the next 15 minutes just talking about what you want to talk about. So, anything anybody wants to say, have questions for me, I am way open to lots of questions. So, if there's a question you have for me, please let me know. I'm huffing and puffing because of a cold. So, I'm going to live, I promise. Um, what else? Right now I'm doing Robinson Crusoe. I do a lot of my editing with Canva. Um, and we just recently moved this past summer to a nice little cottage. The only thing is that it has a tin roof. And with a tin roof, sometimes the internet is a little spotty. So it makes downloads last longer, harder to deal with, and um, using apps like Canva to edit is a little bit more difficult as well. I'm looking for something a little faster to work with, and we may be moving again, which means it'll be a crazy schedule. Right now, I'm trying to record on Friday and upload the video by the end of the weekend so that Monday morning, when you get up, you have a new posting or a new upload to watch, especially of Robinson Crusoe and The Prince and the Pauper. The British accent has been difficult, especially with The Prince and the Pauper because of the different dialects, first of all, in England, and trying to remember who I put as what. I think I have Tom and the actual prince down okay. The actual prince is Edward, and I don't think it's become very clear in the book as to his name, but Tom is the pauper. Um, and he is in a little bit of a pickle right now, but he has met his whipping boy. And this spin-off from Mark Twain's The Prince and the Pauper is, I'm trying to remember the name of the author. The Whipping Boy is the name of the book. And it is the story of the whipping boy and the prince. So it's kind of a twist on the prince and the pauper. Oh man. Tom has just discovered his whipping boy. Tom is completely confused about what goes on in the palace. King Henry VIII, real guy, has died, and Edward is now king. Edward is not king. He is a tramp somewhere and has traded places with Tom, the pauper. Oh my word. So now we've got this kid who's king in the palace, and he doesn't know what in the world is going on, but the whipping boy does. And so the whipping boy has become his eyes and ears in the palace and become his great friend because he can tell him what's going on so that when he makes a decision, he can make a wise one even though he's this regular kid. At he right now, what he says as the king, which is kind of scary. That's like that's like if your best friend became king, and all of a sudden anything that he said he got. That would be a little scary. I don't know, especially when back then, when the story's going on, people got their heads cut off for saying the wrong thing in front of the king. So, anyway, it's very humorous at this point. Also, I will say this about Robinson Crusoe. I had a breakthrough with Robinson Crusoe. It's very wordy. Um, Mr. Defoe, as he's writing, writes with lots of words that say the same thing over and over again. Gets very tedious. Do I always like everything that I read in these books? Not always. However, the other day when I was reading Robinson Crusoe and he's setting up his now camp, he's finally settling on this desert island. The ship has blown away and he can't get any more supplies from it. He is truly all alone on this desert island. It dawned on me. Oh, wait a minute. We've read this story before, only it wasn't called Robinson Crusoe. I have a challenge for you. What book would we have read that would be like someone on a desert island, all by themselves, with no tools, no food? I bet you can guess. And if you can, please, when you're watching this video, please put it in the comments or send me a message. My email is miztutor at gmail.com. You can email me there anytime and I will respond. If you go to the community tab, you can also post there and I will respond. And if you join my channel for the lowest level, $3 a month, y'all could do that as a classroom. And you can become a member for one book and then not be a member anymore. Maybe I need to say that more often. You can join for one book and then not be a member anymore after that book. So, for example, if your class is reading The Yearling and you are struggling with The Yearling, if your class can spend $3 a month for the Yearling, just $3, that'd be 1 month. It's 33 chapters. So 1 month, if you could spend $3 as a class, just buy one book. It would help me so much. One book. Bronze bow. Most of these books, these older books especially, they are 30, 33 chapters long, which is a lot of chapters in a book. That means it's like 200 to 300 pages that I'm reading. If you could buy one book for a month and buy it as a class, it doesn't have to be everybody joins, just a class could join. For example, Miss Grooms, your class could buy Robinson Crusoe, and they would have it for $3, your whole class. And they would have the book, Robinson Crusoe, and they would have helped me. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. We're talking about just a class. Or if you know your class list for next year and there's a book that's not there, join. Have your class donate enough to join for 1 month, and I'll get it up there for you. So, just an incentive. But what book have we recently read that is similar to Robinson Crusoe? And I think that Veritas Classical Schools in South Carolina, you are so smart, because I did not understand how Robinson Crusoe fit on this list, but now I get it. Now I understand because of the other book that's already on the channel. Smart, really smart. Took me a minute. I'm a little slow, but I get there eventually. So that's my 15th birthday, my quinceanera. I am so happy to be here, and I look forward to 15 more years. You guys are the bomb and completely awesome. Thank you to all my subscribers. Those of you who become members, thank you from the bottom of my heart. That money is going to go toward a new computer, I promise, and better sound. Let me know what you need. And until next time, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May he make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and grant you his peace. Shalom.